This is a classic broom.
Nobody uses those brooms.
No, this is an A+ broom.
If I wanted to know where to buy that, you could probably go get it on a farm where it's homemade.
No, dude, this is your classic broom for sweeping.
You can't buy that anywhere.
Well, I did.
Where?
I think I got it at Home Depot.
Maybe an Ace, the hardware place.
You mean Ace that no longer exists?
Ace exists.
Yeah, I love Ace. Gives you that homey hardware store feel.
Ace is the place
with the helpful hardware folks.
There you go.
Everybody knows.
Well, because they certainly don't have helpful hardware folks.
You don't like my broom? Are you taking exception to my broom?
No.
What do you think is a good broom?
Huh?
What would you say is a good broom? What do you like, a push broom?
No. Just not made of that. They don't make brooms out of that.
Oh, dude, a straw broom. That's like this is how you sweep a barn. This is like an A+ broom.
A barn.
Yeah.
Well, we don't live in a
See
barn.
where we are?
I used to.
That's the prototypical sweep broom right
Yeah.
there. Whenever I've grown up and my whole life, that's the type of broom you break out for a sweep.
Yeah, when we were kids, Day.
What did
They
you
don't
want?
make those anymore.
What do you want? One of those lame like Publix ones with the green brush?
Yes.
Yes, that's what everybody uses now.
You got to eat the classics.
I like
right now, you are basically holding Day.
So beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Panthers sweat their ass. Dude. Did you like how the coach of them was like, it's not really a sweep? He tried to go with not a true sweep.
Who said that?
The Carolina Hurricanes coach.
No way.
The dude with the broken nose.
I don't know. Hey, it's not.
He goes, well, every game came down to the wire. It could have been 4-0 us. I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't, was it, dude?
Right, which was also terrifying because that series was a lot closer than.
Yeah, they kept trying to make that point, but
you still lost.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But Matthew Tkachuk, he won the game 3 times.
But no. Here's the point. You can save face by leaving there to keep your job and say that all the games were close. Okay. But guess what?
He's not going to lose his job.
No, I'm just saying.
But I get like it's just a silly thing to say.
Right.
It's like Missoula saying I won the quarters. It's like really? It was not a true sweep. Well, it wasn't really. Nah, 4-0's 4-0.
Pretty much.
4-0 is 4-0.
Yep.
The only time you can say that is if you wanted to argue a gentleman's sweep. But like, yeah, you got swept, dude. Swept. Because Matthew Tkachuk, when the chips were down, always came down with the goal.
Will tonight, if the Heat win tonight, will it be the first time ever that the hockey conference finals and the basketball conference finals, there was only one loss?
I don't know.
I mean, just 3 sweeps and a gentleman's sweep?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You asked some random trivia questions to me, like I'm ESPN Stats and Info.
You're not, like
I'm curious, but I don't have the answer to that.
I like the history of sports, so I like knowing if it never happened and go, oh yeah, I remember seeing that, or I was there.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember this in sports no matter what.
Yeah, I remember it. Of course.
Dan Day, can I get the call last night? Get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. By the way, I would never make fun of your trucks like you should never make fun of my broom.
No truck.
Just beautiful.
It's a truck.
Beautiful.
If we did a broom spot, then I wouldn't make fun of your broom.
This thing has never been used.
But I promise you, we're not doing reeds for straw brooms because they don't make them anymore.
You're wrong because I bought this recently.
Is it a prop? Is it just for a prop?
No, it works.
It's a road broom.
It's a prop. This is a proper porch broom.
And you actually use it.
Who has a porch?
I got a porch.
People have porches.
Yeah, a little porch, little patio area.
No, that's patio.
No, like a front.
No, I'm talking about like the porch with the the screened in like the old South. You don't have one of those, dude.
No, but I have a front porch.
And you go out and sit on it.
No, I sweep it.
People do that.
Get some leaves, a little dust. Get out there like it's the Hurricanes. Let's hear Doug Plagan's call last night. Matthew Tkachuk putting the Cats up for good.
Why do you have to go too far?
Tkachuk out at the right point covering. 15 seconds in regulation. Tkachuk, Reinhart near circle. Reinhart in the circle. Shot, and it's fought off by Anderson. Barkov right circle. Down to the goal line. Tkachuk in front of shot. He scores! He scores! He scores! Matthew Tkachuk, a power play goal! It's 4-3 Panthers with 4.3 seconds to go in regulation time. The Panthers take a 4-3 lead in the waning seconds.
Man, that's Goosey's right there, dude.
That's crazy.
Doug Plagens the call
It was
last
almost
night.
as crazy as when they scored the goal between old boy's legs.
Hmm?
When they tied the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. That was I thought we were going to overtime. I'm like, ooh, power play. Let me check. You know, you keep out. So if it goes into overtime, do they get the continuation of the power play?
I don't know, dude. You asked me that same rule earlier. I don't recall. I'm not Barry Melrose. Do you have any other random questions you want to throw in my lap today?
Sports questions, dude.
Yeah, no. Your sports questions though require research, which I don't do.
If you know the rules, I'm assuming you know the rules.
But we already had this discussion like 2 weeks ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
And you didn't know it then?
Nope.
You didn't do the research?
Didn't want to.
You didn't do the research.
I wasn't my question. I didn't care.
Can anybody please tell me?
Let's hear the final call
Dade
last
South.
night as the
Wait,
Panthers.
no. Dade South calls you Belly Melrose.
Not his best work. Let's get to the final call last night.
Silence of the ham.
For the face-off from center, they'll put the clock to 4.9. The puck is down. The puck rolls over the Panthers line down to our right. The final seconds tick away. This one's over. The Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup final. The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions. They sweep the series in 4, a 4-3 win. Late game heroics from Matthew Tkachuk, and the Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 1996. The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions. Take it all in, folks. The run continues, and the Panthers knock off another one of the National Hockey League's heavyweights, the Carolina Hurricanes. A 4-3 win.
Man, that's awesome.
It does not carry on.
By the way, I want to make a mention. I didn't think so. I think we already answered that. I just want to say one guy I'm very happy for is a guy who everybody made fun of down here, reprimanded, wanted out of town, specifically Leroy, called him 4-goal Bob. Going to his first Stanley Cup final, emotional yesterday, as emotional as Bob can get. Got the Goosies, walk-off interview, incredible run, brick wall Bob.
You know,
Happy for him.
can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
How can you change your opinion of a player? But I base my opinion on facts. And then when those facts change, I change my opinion on the player. And I have readily admitted that.
Because I know.
But I can't, but wait. But I can't do that. Only you could do it. When I was calling him 4-goal Bob, he was giving up 4 goals a game.
in 1 year.
Okay. It doesn't matter when. That's what I was calling. Wait. Who made money that year doing overs? Because Bob was in goal.
Very greedy.
Right. So what? And then it wasn't that way
Guess
anymore.
what, dude? My heart has an over right now.
Huh?
My heart hit the over last night.
Why, in that pool of blood you jumped into?
You love that.
I'm like,
How cold was that water?
It wasn't cold at all.
no, it wasn't cold. It's been hot as
baking
hell
out.
lately.
What?
Yeah, the pool was like a
Yeah.
bath, to be honest with you.
No, but the funniest thing is that I bet you everybody's looking at that and going, oh, Toes, get ready to do the thing. And I'm like, look at this jackass. Got his pool lights red.
Mhm. What would you do if the Panthers won?
I don't know.
You wouldn't change them red?
I don't know.
You got to celebrate. See red, dude. Time to hunt.
I'm like, so I saw it and I was like, he was talking, right? But I wasn't really like hearing what he was saying.
Who? Tobin?
Tobin,
You
right?
said Leroy.
No, because I couldn't like hear it loud. I knew what he was saying, but it wasn't loud. And then I was just looking behind him. I'm like, he's gonna jump in that pool.
Right.
He's gonna jump. I know this man. He's gonna jump in that pool. And now this was at 11 o'clock at night.
Yep.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Where the hell was the rest of your family?
Sleeping. Screamed right outside my daughter's window.
That's the incredible thing. It's like I bet your kids got up and said, "Our dad's an idiot."
All they hear is up
Yes, and water's like, dude.
everywhere.
Can I just tell you, you dispersed a lot of water, and your wife didn't get up.
No,
nobody got up.
No,
they had no idea.
I think
they're used to him.
They've developed the ability to sleep through shenanigans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I mean, I'm like, it's coming, and then right after that, bzz, 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 bzz. I'm just all sports now.
What is that?
We used to only do it for basketball. Now we do it for all sports.
It's the rallying cry. Everybody wants me to say Leroy.
Okay.
And then everybody wants to tweet it to you. So why why are you fighting it?
I'm not fighting it. Look, my tweet explains the difficulties I have with you, right? I'm like, you're a grown-ass man, stop it. But bring it though. Like, that's how confused I am. I'm confused at your antics.
Why are you confused by my antics?
Because
because you don't want to fully embrace it?
No, here's why. Because if I embrace it, you're gonna turn it up a notch.
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, it's the other way. The more you fight it, the more I want to push.
No, dude, I'm telling you, anytime I have celebrated something ridiculous you've done, you've turned it up. And I was like, you know what? This is the perfect level.
Name one example.
Let me think. Well, I mean, we did go from chopping watermelons with a wooden stick to playing Fruit Ninja.
That wasn't my fault. That was Golan.
Right. What about when we went to the Marlins game, the time you and Robbie jumped in the pool, and the DJ...
That wasn't me. That was Macho Marlins, man.
And the DJ who was supposed to stop the shenanigans...
He encouraged it. He made sure security didn't stop me.
Right. He was running, so, yeah, it goes...
If it was me, which it wasn't, it was Macho Marlins, man.
If...
You missed it.
When we were in Vegas, and I said, ooh, you got a churro... Then you went into your little churro dance.
But that's not really you.
Anytime I have approved anything he's done, he can't just leave it at that as an approval. He has to turn it up.
Wait, let me tell you something, dude. Wait till
He's
tonight.
keeping it interesting for you.
Wait till tonight. You wait till tonight.
I got you.
Take a break. David Dwork's going to join us later this hour.
Yes.
He's in the locker room. We'll talk to our guy, break down this Panthers game. We'll get to your calls. Cat fan want to celebrate? You can. 305-567-0560.
I guess we still starting the calls off the same way.
Or they can, or if they have cat fever. I want to take care of people if they're a little sick today.
Right.
Is going to join us in a little bit. We'll talk some Panthers with him. He was in the locker room yesterday, boots on the ground, and so we will get a thought from our favorite Panthers insider.
You can have him interview Bob.
He did. I'm sure he did interview Bob last night.
To you.
I'm sure.
Send him your question.
I will say though, did you see the quote yesterday? Because they touched the trophy. That the conference finals trophy. That's a very controversial thing in hockey. Whether you touch it or not, they didn't care. They held that thing like a baby all over the place. And Matthew Tkachuk had this to say, where he was like, "Why would we care about superstitions? None of you thought we would be here anyway. We're the lowest ranked team," which lends to my point. I feel like I should be allowed to do whatever I want. If Tkachuk says it's okay, then why should I care?
Because Tkachuk is very familiar with jinxes.
No,
but he is not familiar with the mush.
Oh, dude, they're the same.
Right? No, they're not.
They're the same.
No,
dude.
they're not.
They're the same.
Hey, a mush. Okay, a jinx is a mush's superpower, but the mush is the superhero.
It doesn't matter. They're all on the family tree of superstitions, which he doesn't believe in, and nor does Bob. You should let me do what I want.
It is our own personal belief that the last time you interviewed Bob, he had a stinker. So we just not gonna go there.
I'll be the judge of that.
No, you can't.
The
mush can't be the judge of that.
I'll be the judge of that.
We put it out there last week, and here's what we came up with. If you wanted to interview him after Game 3 on Tuesday,
we had Lomberg. Lomberg scored a goal yesterday. He was on the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, what is this? You guys are just, you punish me for no reason. I could bring us Sergei Bobrovsky.
How much time do they have off?
A lot of time, dude. They're off till next week.
Till Saturday. Next Saturday.
A lot of time.
Let me get a vaccine, and then we can interview him, and I'll hit him up with the vaccine.
Let's hear a little bit from Bob after the game. This is Sergei Bobrovsky in the locker room on the win.
Yeah, I don't think we need to change anything. I think we have a great atmosphere. We have a great group of guys, and everybody is excited, you know. And I want to thank God for this opportunity in this spot.
Oh, Goosey's, dude. So
See
happy
that?
for him.
You heard what he said?
Yeah, he said we don't have to change anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that means
No interviews.
yes.
That's not what that means.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. He means they don't have to change anything like
You
on
know
the
what?
ice.
Spoken like the true mush.
No, on or off the ice.
weasel
It's
your way.
on or off.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like what's going on here. All right. I don't like that I was the only guy to support him. Randy Moeller's yelling at me. You're yelling at me.
I'm not the only one. See, you put it on me. What about
Well, it's because you started it.
What did I start? Put two and two together?
Let's hear from Paul Maurice. This is him on the celebration, how he felt towards the end of the game.
It was such an unusual game. It was the opposite of the first, well, I'm going to say 4 because we played 4 games, right? So tight. The game was a bit loose and hectic a little bit at times, right? There was offense to be had that we hadn't seen before, and then there was tension on our end that we hadn't seen before. But at that number on the clock, we're pretty sure it's over. A lot of tension on the call, waiting for it to come in, and then pretty good release.
Oh, so good. Yeah, that review. Everybody nervous on that? I wasn't nervous.
Then I heard the guy in the booth said, "No, it's not enough." I'm like, that's what they always say right before they discount.
Even though they've been taking goals away willy-nilly here.
Right.
That's been what they've been doing the whole playoffs. Here's one more from Paul before we break to talk to David Dwork. Here is more from Paul Maurice. What is this on Kachuk? Kachuk.
I don't know. No, I mean that. I don't know. I don't know any better than you do. When you're watching that happen, you're just a fan. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm a fan behind the bench. I can't figure that guy out. So he's on the stage now, and he's the overtime winners, all of that. But he used to do that to us in Winnipeg. Pain in the ass. We had some heavy guys in Winnipeg, and we'd have some phenomenal. Bennett was on that team, and then we'd go after it. And that would score the same way, 2 minutes left on the clock after agitating the entire bench. He is a gifted man.
No. Goosey's dude.
It just seems like he's always where he needs to be at that pivotal moment.
Yep.
It's the craziest thing. It's like, who has the puck with 5 seconds left? Kachuk.
No!
Yes.
Chewing on that mouth guard.
Right. Hold on. What's the purpose of those mouth guards?
I think that's just a habit.
They look. Nobody's mouth guard looks like it's supporting anything.
His mouth guard looks like a rubber band.
Right.
Looks like nothing.
Right.
What about the guy that got leveled last night and filled his face?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
know
working.
What they said on the broadcast? Oh, clean hit.
Leroy,
clean
though,
hit.
as a good teammate, you don't let your guy get up like that and embarrass himself. You go and help pick him up.
We had a rule. Okay. If you get knocked out, don't get up. All you're gonna do is embarrass yourself in front of all these people. We've had guys, try to do the boxing thing. I'm all right.
Didn't go well.
End up taking a knee on the wrong sideline. Hey, you ain't all right.
We'll take a quick break. We'll go inside the Panthers locker room. David Dwork, he's going to join us, talk some cats with him coming up next.